Coming up on Mountain News this morning, Kentucky nurses are speaking up about the workplace violence at hospitals. And many graduate students are looking for information about loans with the resumption of federal student loans for people in default.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News This Morning.
Good morning, I'm Amelia Lee, and the date is Wednesday, April 23rd. We are at 5:30 this morning, and it's time to check in with meteorologist Megan Dusmal on this warm start to our Wednesday. And Megan, you've kind of had me sad this morning. I saw 70s, 76, 80 is making a comeback, and I'm kind of sad, honestly.
I know, I'm so sorry. Yeah, the long sleeve shirt that you're wearing today is maybe not the move for those warmer temperatures, right? But unfortunately, that is the story for today. Yet again, another warm day in the books. But we do have some rain chances, which could interrupt some of the warmest temperatures more towards the south. Here's a look at satellite and radar right now, just watching those clouds. But as I mentioned, there is a chance of rain for our more southern counties for today. Current temperatures sitting in the 40s and 50s. Warmest temperature right now, Jacksboro, 61 degrees. And we will see those temperatures warming up throughout the day, hitting, as she mentioned, 80s for today. Seeing upper 70s, coolest temperature 73 for Wise. Here's how that temperature breakdown will go today. We'll see the warmest temperatures of the day as we head into the afternoon. Majority of the region will stay dry. However, we will see those rain chances. Amelia.
A murder suspect from Appalachia, Virginia, made his first appearance in Harlan County District Court yesterday. David Stoneburner will face arson and abuse of a corpse charges in Harlan County after police say he killed his aunt during an argument at their Virginia home on Saturday. Police say Stoneburner drove her body across state lines. He then put her body in the driver's seat and set it on fire before sending it down a mountainside. A judge set Stoneburner's bond at $250,000. He's expected back in court May 5th. The search continues for an inmate who escaped from the Claiborne County, Tennessee jail more than 1 week ago. Police say Larry Poor escaped while he was on a work detail outside of the jail. Deputies have focused their search in a concentrated area of the Cumberland Gap, but have not had any luck so far. Poor has a history of theft and burglary and was facing a pending charge, might add 4 to 6 years to his sentence.
We do not feel that he is a risk to the community. However, that could be with anyone. Violent tendencies are not there.
Once captured, Poor is looking at an additional 5 years in jail for escaping. If you see him, don't approach him. Instead, call 911. A Wayne County, Kentucky woman pleaded guilty to Class A drug trafficking in federal court. The guilty plea stems from a case where Candace Nevels was arrested for trafficking illegal narcotics in May 2023. Neville is in jail. We're told her final sentencing is set for July 9th. A West Virginia man was arrested during a traffic stop after police discovered he was dealing drugs. After pulling over John Maynard, police say they found multiple bags containing roughly 5 pounds of meth. Police say Maynard had been supplying meth to people in multiple areas, including Martin and Lawrence counties. Police say it was roughly $32,000 worth of meth. A man from Detroit, Michigan was arrested in Wayne County, West Virginia on drug charges. Officials say after pulling over Clay Richbow and searching his car, they found more than a quarter pound of fentanyl, marijuana, and a digital scale. Deputies say Richbow was a wanted fugitive out of Ohio and Michigan. The man was accused of setting his mother's home on fire. Now he's facing charges. State police responded to a complaint on Sunday about a home on fire in Elkhorn City. When they got there, David May's mother told police she didn't know how he started the fire. Troopers later found May at a different home before bringing him back to the scene. He was taken to the Pike County Detention Center. A Prestonsburg man faces charges after he was accused of taking tools from his workplace and then pawning them. After receiving a call from members with the Floyd County Fiscal Court, police launched an investigation. Police say Daniel Darby went to a pawn shop back in February and pawned a socket set. He also reportedly pawned a tablet code reader and 2 impact guns. Darby was arrested last Saturday. Kentucky nurses are speaking out against workplace violence. This comes as a nurse was recently stabbed as they were leaving U of L Jewish Hospital. The Kentucky Nurses Association expressed concerns since they claim the violence continues to happen. The organization calls for more reporting by nurses and more training for workplace violence situations.
We need more reporting. We need nurses to step up. It's actually become normalized, and it's not acceptable. We need to make sure that organizations have policies, have security, have training for nurses as well to make sure that they feel safe and feel safe to speak up.
According to the Kentucky Nurses Association, nurses are more likely to encounter violence on the job than police officers. If you have any old or unused medication sitting in your cabinets, the Perry County Sheriff's Office now has a safe place to get rid of it. A new medication drop box was installed in the front lobby at 124 East Main Street in Hazard. The drop box, donated by Operation Unite, lets people anonymously dispose of expired or no longer needed prescriptions without flushing them or tossing them in the trash.
And we found some statistics that said that 70% of youth began their substance abuse through medications they found in their own homes or in their grandparents' or friends' homes. So we said, well, you can't leave them laying around, so we'll give you a way to get rid of them.
Operation Unite placed 53 drop boxes in more than 30 counties and collected nearly 33 tons of medication, keeping potentially dangerous drugs off the streets and out of reach. Here's a reminder about some important application deadlines if you were affected by the February flooding. Officials tell us the FEMA buyout deadline is April 30th. That's next week. This has to be in person at a disaster recovery center. The individual FEMA assistance deadline was extended to May 25th. The Small Business Administration deadline is also May 25th. You can apply for those in person or online. On May 5th, the Education Department will begin collecting payments for student loans that are in default. According to the department, borrowers who don't make payments for 9 months go into default. Mariah Congito talked with a University of Kentucky alum who says there's so much uncertainty and trying to get answers is challenging.
I have a $0 payment. I don't have to pay anything, but am I in default? I haven't received any communications that I'm in default, but just haven't received any communication.
John Cruz is a UK alum. He got his bachelor's degree and later his master's. He graduated with his master's in 2020, right around the time a period of leniency took effect due to the COVID-19 pandemic.
It's been 5 years now and I've only paid 2 payments.
Cruz says he has about $37,000 in student loans.
I'm positive there are millions of people in my boat whose parents were not able to pay for college out of pocket.
According to the Department of Education, more than 5 million borrowers are in default, and 4 million could be in the same position in a few months. They say less than 40% of all borrowers are current on their student loans.
It just doesn't feel like there's a genuine want to help people, just a genuine want to get back to payment.
For those with past due debts to the government, that could also mean wage garnishment or money withheld from tax refunds and Social Security benefits.
I just think that is wildly unfair.
CBS News business analyst Jill Schlesinger says borrowers need to pay attention.
All of the people in default, we are now seeing reporting to credit agencies. We haven't seen that before. Wow. So we now know that credit scores are dropping for these borrowers by somewhere around 130 points.
According to the department, letters notifying those affected will be sent in the coming weeks.
Are we going to have to pay $700? Are we going to have to pay $100? Paying those payments back for me might not be too burdensome, but for a lot of other people that's going to be a huge burden.
Cruz says this will especially be the case without something like the Biden-era SAVE plan. Mariah Congito, WKYT.
Experts say if borrowers are in default, one step to avoid wage garnishment is to get into loan rehabilitation. Borrowers must ask their loan servicer to be placed in such a program. Harlan Independent Schools announced its first female superintendent in its 114-year history. The current superintendent of 13 years, C.D. Morton, announced his resignation in February. After being in the school district for nearly 33 years, he will now begin a new chapter as the executive director at Teach for America Appalachia, leaving Jennifer Parsons to fill the spot.
I would not have left the district or retired if I didn't feel like it was going to be cared for and loved the way that I did it. And I think Jennifer Parsons is going to do amazing things in ways that I couldn't do it.
Being able to be a leader in our community, in my hometown, where I'm working, where my kids are, is just an amazing opportunity, and it excites me. And just to help grow our students, whether I'm the first female or not, I'm just excited for the opportunity.
Parsons will officially start her role July 1st. She says she's extremely excited for the opportunity and already has goals set for her time as superintendent. A typical snack run turned into a big win for one Corbin couple. Scott Reynolds and his wife were on a road trip when they stopped at Rocket Food Mart in Frankfort for some snacks and drinks. The couple says they didn't initially plan to stop as traffic prevented them from taking their planned exit. Reynolds said the store clerk suggested the new Kentucky Bourbon Trail scratch-off ticket, which ended up winning them $75,000. The couple took home $54,000 after taxes. They say they hope to buy a new vehicle to be able to do more things out in their community. It's now 5:41 and just ahead. It's only one day away, but folks are out and about in Green Bay preparing for this year's NFL draft.
And slight chance of the rain entered the forecast today, but more rain is on the way.